boys and girls. Today I'm going to be reading you a story about Curious George. He's visiting the airport. So we've been talking about community helpers, and this story is all about the airport. So I want you to think while we're reading about which jobs you know are part of working at the airport, because there's more than just flying the airplane, isn't there? Let's find out. Curious George at the airport. "A friend of mine is flying from Africa to see us," said the man with the yellow hat. "Let's go meet him at the airport." The parking lot at the airport was full, but George and his friend finally found an empty place. "Let's remember where we parked, George, so we don't get lost when we come back." Do you think there are any people that work in the parking lot? Inside the airport, many people were rushing around. "Follow me and don't get lost, George," said the man. "We're going to meet my friend by the luggage area." See the desks in the picture? Here and here. What kinds of jobs do you think are happening at those desks? People were crowding around the moving belt to pick up their bags. Who put the bags there? George was curious. Where did the belt go? He wanted to find out. He jumped on. The belt carried George through a little door and outside to the back of the building. What are those people doing? Workers were loading luggage onto the belt. They didn't see George. He rode by them and jumped on another moving belt. So they're loading luggage from one place to another. That's another job at the airport. Now where was he? And how would he get back to his friend? George was scared. Was he lost? He got up and ran down a long hall. Finally, George came to a door. He opened the door and found himself on the top floor of the airport. From up here, George could see everything. Then he thought he saw a man in a yellow hat getting off an airplane. Could he have found his friend? A girl who was standing nearby asked, "Are you looking for someone? Here, you can look through my binoculars. They make things look bigger." George looked through the binoculars. The man in the yellow hat was someone else. George didn't know if he would ever find his friend. "Don't worry," said the girl. "I'll help you." The girl led George downstairs and past a sign that said, "This way to Lost and Found." Do you think someone works at the Lost and Found desk? And there, inside, was his friend. "There you are, George," he shouted. "I have someone I'd like you to meet." What a surprise! It was the man in the other yellow hat. "My friend has had a long trip, George. Let's take him home so he can rest. How would you like to lead the way?" And George knew just how to get back to the car. The three of them got into the little blue car and went home. I see a booth here. Do you think someone works inside that booth? What do you think their job is? So there are more jobs at the airport than just flying the plane. What about the people who work inside the plane? And the people that help with luggage, and the people that help with tickets? There are a lot of different jobs happening at the airport. There's also the people that help keep the airport clean. So many important jobs at the airport.